Before I get to picks, I got two things I want to talk about. Randy Moss. I thought we were past this. I really did, and this is so disappointing to me because I thought Moss was beyond this. When you think back at the wide receiver divas of recent memory, Chad Ochocinco, he's harmless, so I'm not going to include him here. But T.O. and Moss, I felt like both of them had put that stuff behind them and kind of moved on. And, the stuff they did and the stuff Randy did in New England, if he did anything, was pretty much behind closed doors. So that's a little different. And T.O.'s been pretty quiet for a little while now. So I thought they were beyond this kind of stupidity. And I think T.O. is, but Moss, you can't change him. I mean, when that press conference, when I read the transcript for it on PFT, yeah, PFT, oh, at that point you could just feel like he was intentionally trying to sabotage his way out of Minnesota. I mean, it could not have been much more blatant, and I don't believe in conspiracy theories usually. I don't like to buy into the whole, these whole conspiracy theories about athletes throwing games or not trying, but when you look at the way he played in that New England game, a game he could have taken over because that was a close loss. He didn't do much. The New England secondary sucks. It was the kind of game that he could have lit up, and he didn't. So he gives that press conference where he makes it as obvious as possible that he is sick of this and wants out. And I've almost never seen another player behave like that. And then the catering thing, which bothers me because, it's just, I know I'm digging a little too deep into this. It should be a more general thing, but, it was a mom and pop little catering business. It was I believe, a pretty small business in any case, I think. And for him to, say the stuff that he did, it's just a complete lack of, I don't even know. I mean, that was a mess. And all that being said, I would fire Brad Childress 100 times before I cut Randy Moss after 4 games. Bench him for a game, suspend him, whatever you want to do whatever you want to do. But in regards to that, but don't cut him. The team's excited to have a bunch of big play receivers on their team, and there was at least some buzz and excitement around that Vikings team for the second half of the season, and now it's gone. Now they're a little more normal. They got a old-ass quarterback. They got Sidney Rice coming off a major knee injury. They got Percy Harvin, who's now in a fight with his head coach, and we don't know what's going to come of that. They got shitty-ass Bernard Berrien. That's not very exciting. I mean, the ceiling on that team is very middle of the road, and I don't see how they turn it around at this point. With Moss, anything was possible, and I think that was worth trying to swallow it with him, trying to move past it. And I don't know why the hell Brad Childress still has a job. With the Wade Phillips and Norv Turners and freaking Mike Singletaries of the world can do whatever they want. As far as I'm concerned, and I've thought this for a while now, Brad Childress is the worst coach in the league. And, he's led some successful teams, had some good seasons. I don't care. That dude is awful. I mean, his challenge in the New England game just sums it up for me. And I would fire him way before I thought about cutting Moss. If I had to choose between Brad Childress as my head coach and Randy Moss as my wide receiver, get Childress out of there, bring back Mike Tice for all I care. I don't care who it is. Bring back Mike Tice. It doesn't matter. And because not only is he a terrible coach in every measurable aspect except maybe judging talent, because he has had some good runs of talent through Minnesota, he's an ass. He's a complete ass. He it doesn't seem like people like him. He says a lot of nasty things in press conferences. He doesn't look like a nice guy. At least Wade Phillips and Norv Turner are great guys. I mean, those guys are nice people. They're likable. It almost kind of makes sense that they could keep getting jobs, but Brad Childress is an idiot, and he sucks at his job. I I don't want to see him on the Minnesota sidelines anymore because I feel like there's an outside chance Minnesota could still save their season just because they are going to get Sidney Rice back, but this guy's got to go right now. And if they lose this game against Arizona, and I don't think they will, but if they do, and he's not fired, then, this league has lost its testicles. We have a bunch of head coaches in this league who may as well be trying to get fired, and none of them are getting the axe. Wade, what does Wade Phillips have to do to get fired? Why wouldn't you fire him? What can you lose other than going 1-15 and getting the top draft pick? What do you have to lose, and what does he have to do? If he showed up to a game drunk, would you fire him then? Or would you still say we're going to ride out the season? What if he showed up to a game without pants? When does it end? I mean, what do these coaches have to do? How stupid do they have to be? It's something that kind of gets to me. So I want to see some of these coaches gone because I swear some of them are trying to get fired. I don't know. The other thing is the Shanahan thing I wanted to touch on. Benching McNabb for Rex Grossman in the 2-minute drill that was trying to save the game for the Redskins. Grossman fumbles on the first play, touchdown Lions, game over. I cannot explain it. It is something that a crazy guy does. Not only do you bench him, and that was bad enough, throwing him on the bench for an ice-cold Rex Grossman who has there's no way you win that game with Rex Grossman. Your only hope is to go up to Rex, say, scramble out of the pocket, buy time, throw up 4 Hail Marys, and hopefully we get a pass interference on one of them. And then we just have to keep doing that until we get a touchdown. That's really the only way an ice-cold Rex Grossman is going to come off the bench and lead the game-winning drive in 2 minutes. He's bad. That's just the way it is. And it's almost like I don't even know how to sum it up. And then in the press conferences after the game, he says, well, McNabb didn't know the 2-minute offense. I didn't feel comfortable with him running it, even though, he ran it against, he kind of ran it against Houston, kind of ran it against, not really against Green Bay, but that was a close game. And all that stuff about how he didn't know the 2-minute drill. And then he was too fat. Like, he was tired. And, if that's the case, if McNabb's already tired, that's sad. If he's, so out of shape that he's tired halfway through the season, that's sad. So, really what I think this comes down to is the fact that he's just not good anymore. I mean, he throws 8 dirt balls a game, just 8 passes where he just spikes it in the ground 5 feet in front of the receiver. And, it's just an awful throw that has no chance. And you just wonder, how could you throw something like that? His accuracy is completely off. He's gotten no mustard on his throws. He looks like a bad quarterback right now. And, maybe benching him just to send him a message. The only thing I can think of is that Shanahan benched him through the game. Because when you put in Rex Grossman, you're saying, we surrender. So he pretty much surrendered the win, put McNabb on the bench, and then threw him under the bus in every which way in the press conference just to fire him up. That's the only thing I can think of. That's the only theory that's plausible to me. Mike Shanahan was hoping to wake Donovan McNabb up for the rest of the season by benching him for a scrub. That's the only thing that can really make sense in this situation. Unless it doesn't make sense and Mike Shanahan's just gone senile, in which case, nothing he does is predictable. But, I kind of think you have to live or die with some of your franchise players. And, McNabb's not really a franchise player for the Skins, but he's paid like it. He's treated like it. to some extent, you have to live or die with them. Like, if Kobe Bryant's 2 for 20 and the Lakers are down by 1 with 20 seconds left, I want Kobe to get that last shot. That's just how it is. You live or die with those kinds of players. Real quick, pick 'em. We got the Jets Lions. I really want to pick the Lions, but I can't see the Jets losing 2 in a row. So yeah, I think it's going to be them. Dolphins at Ravens. I'll go with the Ravens. I think coming off the bye, I think they'll get rolling, and I think this is a good matchup for them. Patriots at Browns. It's another tricky little game because the Browns are not as bad as a lot of people think they are, but I don't think they're on that level quite yet, so New England's the pick. San Diego at Houston. That's a tough one. This is tough. I'm going to say San Diego, though. I feel like they're going to get on a roll, and I don't think Houston's that good. I just feel like they have so many major weaknesses that the fact that they're so good in other areas just doesn't matter so much. Bears at Bills. I hate this game. And I'm going to pick Buffalo, and I'm going to feel dumb if I get this wrong, because I'm picking an 0-7 team. But the Bills, if the Bills win one game this year, at this point, it has to be this one. Has to be. So I'm going to go with a little bit of an upset there, the Bills. Cardinals at Vikings. I think Sidney Rice is going to play. I'm not positive. Either way, I'm going to go with Minnesota. It's at home. They need it desperately. They had so much drama going on. They need something. And I think it's going to happen. I think the Vikings are going to do it. Bucks at Falcons. I really like this Buccaneers team. But Atlanta at home. They're really good at home. They should get it done there. Saints at Panthers. I don't know if the Saints are back on track yet, but I do know that I do think Carolina is the worst team in the league. So Saints it is. Giants at Seahawks. I already picked the Giants. Colts at Eagles. It's Andy Reid off a bye. That's the only thing I can think of, but it just seems like they're going to keep going. The Colts, you can't kill them. You got to chop their head off, or they're going to keep coming back. So yeah, the Colts are the pick. Chiefs at Raiders. That's a good game. I think I'm going to pick the Raiders. I think the home field does it for them. I'm going to pick the Raiders. Dallas at Green Bay. I can't see anybody losing to this Dallas team unless their coaching is so awful. They just have no idea what they're doing. And Green Bay's not very well coached, but they should get this. Finally, Steelers at Bengals. Yeah, I can't see Pittsburgh losing 2 in a row, especially to a division opponent. So they're the pick. That's all the games. It's not been a great year for me in Pick'em, but I'll keep trying. So that's about it. See you guys later.